Hi, everybody. This is Fire Moon Alchemy, and I'm coming on here to talk to you all about the upcoming full moon in Taurus on November 15th. And this one is a doozy. So when I looked at the planetary placements for this full moon, I received a download of the image of the Running of the Bulls celebration in Spain. Now, this full moon is bringing in themes of courage, endurance, and patience. And it encourages us to trust our instincts when deciding whether to move forward, pivot, or hold steady. Like the bulls charging through the narrow streets, we're pushing through the final stretch of 2024, testing our resolve with the second to last full moon of the year. Now, the final full moon of 2024 will be in the sign of Gemini on December 15th, closing out the 2024 lunar cycle. So we are all in the final stretch of 2024. Now, November's planetary shifts are quite a buzz as things are coming together to form a different picture from what we are used to. Think of puzzle pieces all snapping together into place. Saturn, which has been retrograde since June, goes direct at the same time as this full moon on November 15th. And this is helping to bring clarity to areas of our life that require responsibility and structure. Pluto then moves into Aquarius for the next 2 decades on November 19th, which begins a profound societal shift. And Mercury will enter retrograde on November 25th. And I think this is interesting. It stations direct again at the next full moon on December 15th. So all of these planetary movements are supporting the closing out of an era and preparing us as we turn the page to an entirely new chapter. The tarot cards that correspond with this full moon are the Seven of Pentacles and Seven of Cups. And both of these cards mirror the themes that we just talked about. The Seven of Pentacles corresponds to the moon in Taurus and invites you to take stock of what you've been investing your time and energy into. Has your hard work paid off, or is it time to reassess your investment versus profit ratio? Now, the last new moon in Taurus was on May 7th, so this could be a time marker for some of you. What seeds did you plant back then, and how are they doing now? Meanwhile, the Seven of Cups, this corresponds to the sun in Scorpio, is asking you to consider your choices carefully and practice discernment as you weed through dreams and possibilities and decide what truly aligns with your long-term vision. As we close out the old and make space for the new, it's important to be real with where you are coming from and where you want to go moving forward. Now, here's where things get interesting. Uranus, the planet of change and the unexpected, is right next to the full moon, ready to shake things up. With the sun in the opposite sign of Scorpio, any catalyst for change will most likely come about from a psychological aspect. And this could be a desire to break free from patterns or dynamics that are outdated, unbalanced, boring, or perhaps has run its karmic course. The moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus. In other words, she likes it there. But let's not forget, we are dealing with full moon energy and the sun in Scorpio, both which can be quite potent. And with the full moon conjunct Uranus, I'm just going to say to expect some curveballs. And again, this is that image of running with the bulls in Spain. You know, you think you've got a plan and you know where you're going, but all of a sudden, WTF, a surprise comes from around the corner, changing the direction of your path. But lo and behold, this works in your favor. It's better that you know now rather than later, right? Adding to some of this tension, Mars in Leo is in conjunct with Venus in Capricorn, which can make us feel a bit out of sync with others or even with aspects within ourselves. But if you are feeling like misaligned with someone, maybe just not on the same page, and this can be in a personal relationship or at work, the energy of this full moon encourages patience rather than pushing for immediate solutions or resolution. This full moon has a lot of energy with it, which corresponds to our emotions, and high emotions can lead to impulsive actions, which may have unplanned consequences. So my advice here is to save your energy and put it towards what truly matters. This is a time to play chess, not checkers. Now, fortunately, Mars is forming a harmonious trine with the North Node. This is a good thing, and this gives you the motivation to move forward. So if you are seeing signs that a current situation is not supporting your personal or professional goals or is limiting you in some way, this full moon in Taurus will give you some clarity as to where adjustments can be made, making it easier to pursue a life, love, or goal that feels more authentic to you. Now, finally, as Pluto moves out of Capricorn and into Aquarius on November 19th, where it will stay for the next 20 years, we're at a turning point where we collectively and individually are encouraged to step into the future with a clean slate. Now, I'm not thinking of this energy like a tower energy. Not everything has to go. It's more of an acknowledgement of lessons learned and releasing what we've outgrown. And it's interesting that I've noticed an uptick online of trends towards simple living, lighter home spaces, less material things, and a very low tolerance for stress with an emphasis on living well with less. These are Aquarian signatures that are beginning to surface. We are living life instead of life happening to us. Now, November's full moon in Taurus, I think, is a sneak peek of what is to come. We have Taurus's steady energy that gives us the grounding we need, but with Uranus so close nearby, it's also a reminder that not everything is within our control. Life is similar to running with the bulls in Spain, right? There is a surprise at every turn, challenging us to adapt, stay centered, and keep going. You may end up somewhere you never expected, but you are exactly where you need to be. Okay, everybody, that does it for me. I hope you found these intuitive messages helpful. And if you did, please consider liking this video and subscribing. And as always, I love you all. Thank you for listening and watching, and have a great full moon.